Hi everyone, Bandana here. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Drone Sector, or at least its demo, which is now available on Steam for everybody. So Drone Sector is a game I've kept an eye on for a little while now, waiting for a proper public demo. It's a game where you are in control of a gunship. It's sort of futuristic in its setup, and you're controlling both units on the ground, or giving them direction, while also providing fire support. And it's done in a really clever way, because it's not all like instantaneous weapons hitting the ground and that. There's a delay for the weapons to fire, there's then a travel time for the projectile to hit the ground, and there's various different weapons you can check out even in the demo. So what I want to do is literally show you it, because I think it's fantastic. But I'd encourage you to go and check out the demo yourself, and also remember to wishlist it on Steam, because obviously wishlists are really important these days for these developers. Let's hit play. So this is the standard setup. We can change these weapons. So there's weapons which are good versus infantry, weapons which are good versus vehicles, and weapons which are good versus both. So if I click on, let's say, the 120mm cluster grenade. So here you can see there's this at the top, which is infantry and vehicles. And you've got railguns, we've got cluster mines, we've got flares, we've got miniguns, and we've got the frag launcher, which we've already got in one of the other slots. Then for anti-vehicle, we've got the autocannon with sabot rounds, and then we've got the Pathfinder ATGMs. These are really fun, but I'm going to use the default setup for one mission, and then I'll show you the other mission with a different selection of weapons. And then here you can see there's various ones for use against infantry as well. You know, frag rounds for autocannons, airburst for autocannons, the list goes on. This one's 120mm cloudburst, or airburst shot. So very, very good set of weapons, and obviously there'll be a lot more in the final game. There's engineering, which is work in progress, which obviously will be for upgrades and things like that. And there's also research, which again is work in progress, and there's various resources you can collect. So there's only 2 missions available. Swamp Factory is a little bit bigger, and Desert Base is quite small, as you can see, 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. Let's start with that one. I think it's a good one to start off with. So the missions are sort of not totally random, but the objectives seem to move around a little bit. There's a couple of different vision modes. So we're in thermal vision. There's the other version of thermal vision. And then there's just, well, it's daytime, so we can see everything on the ground. Our units are back here, so these are our 2 squads, and we're currently in command mode. If I press tab, I go into fire support mode, which then allows me to start firing weapons. You can go into night vision, which unfortunately on the daytime will just blind you like it did there, so apologies. Obviously, you're probably going to end up spending a little bit of time in the sort of thermal vision mode, if not a lot of time. So weapons can be switched with A and D, or you can press the relevant number key. Left click to fire. And then there's also an orbit change and a radius change. The radius change definitely works. The orbit change, I'm not sure if it works or not. You can zoom in and out though, to see what's going on. So we have a couple of targets to destroy here. We've got some targets to destroy here and one over there. And then we've got 2 areas we need to capture. So we need to send our forces in to capture those. And we have to provide them with fire support. So the first thing we should probably do is give them a command. Because as soon as we start opening fire and stuff, well, shit will hit the fan. So we need to be aware of that. Press 2 to switch to my other squad and put them down there. Then I'm going to hit tab. And then I'm just going to start firing at stuff. So as you'll see from the minigun here, very effective, but there is a delay and you have to sort of put it in front of where you want to hit. And the enemies do start running away, as you'll see. We can zoom right in on them. So we need to do some destruction tasks, so I find this is a good weapon for this. There we go. You have to rail on it a little bit, but it's pretty effective. Vehicle there, so we need to probably switch to the autocannon. We can also use the rockets, but we need to be careful because we could kill some of our own troops because these are AoE effects and there is friendly fire, so... Let's give them some fire support on these things we have to destroy. The AI will fire at these things. Once they get in range, so that's quite nice. You're not sort of completely on your own. If I hit 4, this is like rockets, so I can just do this. Unfortunately, as you can see, there is a delay. But you've got to be careful because, as you can see from the circles, the middle circle is where it could land, and the outer circle is where it could do damage to. So you do have to be careful. We've got some cluster munitions here.
Objective secure. Engaging hostile.
Various stuff coming in here. Let's, this is like a big cluster munition, the 120 mil. Unfortunately, not very effective against vehicles. These rockets are pretty good against vehicles, though. You can sort of slow vehicles down as well and stop them moving and things like that. Right, we've got some stuff to destroy here. We've already captured the zone, so we just need to do some damage. So let's just let them have all the rockets. Boom. Mission success. Nice, quick, easy. I'm really impressed with the functionality of the weapons. So let me show you some of the other weapons, because some of them are really cool. So ATGM we're definitely going to take. And let's take, instead of the Firestorm Frag, let's take... What was I using before? Ah, the Railgun. This is pretty good. High damage to all targets. It's got on massive blast radius. I killed some of my own troops with it. And then minigun we'll keep because it's handy. The swarm ones, we can probably change that. Let's do a landmine thing. I've not done landmines. I'm curious what that does. Let's try the bigger mission. Okay. So objectives do move about. So previously both of these capture points were here for me. So now one's here and one's at the far side. So let's get those guys in straight away, and then these guys are right next to this. Oh, that's really close. Their spawn point. Right, we'll switch to this mode. Out of interest, is it nighttime? It is. Yes, night vision time. Let's go. Let's provide some fire support for our guys here. Obviously, once we open fire, the shit has effectively hit the fan, right? Try and do as much damage as possible. We mustn't forget about the other squad. We didn't destroy that. Our other squad's in danger. We must go and help them. Our weapon will take a while to retarget over here. Okay, so there's some vehicles here, so let's hit back into thermals. Let's switch to number 5, which is our ATGM, and we can actually control this.
Engaging hostile. Hostile neutralized. Target destroyed.
We can launch multiple at once, and then it'll
Weapons hot.
let us retarget them down. Where are the blue squad? Are they all dead? Are they actually on the point? I fear that the blue squad are dead. Hang on, switch.
Target spotted.
Well, no, apparently they're there. They must be in the building and I just can't see them. How are we doing over here? They're pretty good, actually. Let's destroy this.
Engaging hostile.
So these will repair if you don't destroy them completely. Let's put down one of these cluster mines, because I'm curious what it does. Oh, wow. It's literally put a load of mines on the ground, look. You can see them flashing. Okay, that's cool. Oh, look at all those units just piled up there. Oh! Cluster mine. Bump. Bump. Surely this is just going to wreck everything. Nice. Let's get the railgun on now. Railgun. Boom. Boom. And there wasn't... Oh, wow. I guess they went over the mines. How are these guys doing over here? Oh, they've captured the point. We need to destroy this. So let's do that. Hang on. Oh, this is very slow to maneuver. Come on. I want to destroy this point. That's resources we can capture. Oh, there's a vehicle here. I'm not sure if I can kill it through the building. No, I can't. Oh, our infantry killed it. That's alright. Oh. Or maybe they didn't kill it. Come on. There we go. Nice. The other guys are okay. Let's just get squad 1 over there so we can cap that. And let's provide them a bit more fire support with our minigun. Switch back to 5 for those ATGMs. The AI do get stuck on buildings, so use that to your advantage.
Target spotted. Opening fire.
Looking pretty good over there. Right, a couple more things to destroy. Switch to 3. Oh, that's going to land somewhere where it shouldn't. Oops. A lot of infantry moving down there. Hang on, let's get this killed. Railgun. Nice, the railgun's a one-hit kill, but it's very slow to move. We got a resource as well this time. Boom. Obviously these are pretty straightforward short missions for the demo. And there's obviously a lot more planned going by the mission screen. But I just think the setup is really good. The variety of weapons, the fact they all behave differently is really cool. I did record my original, first boot up of the game, and there's some genuine excitement in my voice when I was engaging the hostiles. I did, however, make the mistake of not sending in my infantry. But there is something very satisfying about doing that. Let's get our railguns on. Boom. Blast radius on that is massive. The railgun's really good. Let's see if I can just fire it twice in here and see if it destroys the other two. Not much damage to them, is there? That's not bad. Let's get our squads in. I don't know if we'll get access to like more stuff than just infantry for our squads. I wonder if we'll get vehicles and stuff in other missions. Let's get missile in to deal with this. Vehicles, obviously, very big threat to our infantry. Let's put down some mines, because this is the main road where they come from, the vehicles. Reload's pretty quick. I'm just going to mine this road. Oh, wow. Give some fire support to our guys. I think the minigun is my favourite weapon because you can just paint with it. You destroy that, hang on. Oh. Railgun, wrong place. I keep forgetting he doesn't move that fast. Does fire quickly though. Hang on. Boom, boom, boom. Very nice. Look at all these vehicles just coming in along that road where the mines are and getting wrecked. Let's do some fire support here. Oh, vehicle, vehicle. Quick switch to 5. Nice.
One down. Weapons hot. Got one. Engaging hostile.
I mean, there are plenty of mines down that road. But just to be on the safe side, we'll put some more down.
Target spotted. Opening fire. Objective secure.
Oh. Where did that vehicle come from? I've not really zoomed in and looked at the enemies too much. Let's have a look. They're actually quite well modelled, all things considered. Have we not captured something? Oh, right. These guys haven't moved into the point. I was going to say we haven't captured it. These have frag rounds at the minute, so autocannon frags. I think this one is in the bag. Waiting for them to capture that. Look at the amount of mines. It's quite pretty, actually. Obviously, I'd like some more involved and, you know, it's nice to have some short missions, but I'd like some longer missions as well. Which I'm sure there will be in the final version of the game. I think they've done a really good job. I think it's just a sole developer. But I'm very impressed with it so far. I highly recommend giving the demo a go. Obviously, once you've played it a few times, you've kind of done it all in the demo to some extent, because there's not a lot there at the moment. But it's good fun to have a play with the different weapons and things, and get a feel for the game. But check it out, I'll leave a link to it in the description, as ever. Remember to wishlist it if you like it, and let me know down in the comments what you think of it if you give it a try. But I recommend this one. It's good fun. Have a good weekend. I'll see you all soon.